like the follow-up unit. When a patrol officer goes out to a scene, they collect the initial information. If it needs additional follow-up, it'll be sent over to the detectives unit. Or, like in this case, if something immediate and urgent is happening, a detective will respond out.
Now, as of October 2022, how long had you been with CID again?
About 2 years.
Okay. And what, if any, training had you gotten to that point, October 2022, in the way of homicide investigations?
I've taken, I believe it was in 2021, I took the homicide investigations course with JIPSTIC, which is the Georgia Public Safety Training Center. It's kind of like the mother agency for law enforcement in Georgia.
Okay. And can you describe that course for us? How long was it?
It was 5 days, and it was at the center in Forsyth County.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was in the city, Forsyth City.
Okay. As of October 2022, had you taken any other pertinent courses at JIPSTIC?
At JIPSTIC, I also took Child First, which is a course kind of showing the best practices for interviewing children. And I've also taken interviews and interrogations, probably some other minor ones up to that point.
Can you describe what you mean by the best practices for interviewing children through the Child First training that you mentioned?
Yeah, so interviewing children and adults is different. You want to be kind of broad with your questioning. Children are hyperactive too, so you want to make sure you can keep them on, track.
Now, this Child First child interview training, how did you end up going to that? Did you volunteer, or were you voluntold, as they sometimes say?
Volunteer.
And what was that?
So, like I said, our unit's general crimes, but we do kind of specialize. At that time, I had an interest in working child crimes, so any training I could get on the subject I wanted to go to.
And as of 2020, October of 2020, did you have any collateral duties involving crimes against children?
In 2020?
As of October 2022, were you involved in the investigation of crimes against children?
Yes, I was.
Can you tell us about that?
Yep. So at that point, I was a part of the Georgia Bureau of Investigations Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, which mainly focuses on child exploitation. I also did a large number of child abuse and child molestation cases.
In your normal capacity as a detective with the Chatham County Police Department?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as of October 2022, you investigated child abuse cases?
Yes.
And had you investigated child deaths?
I have.
And had you investigated homicides?
I have.
And had you investigated any child abductions?
No.
And why is that?
They very rarely happen, if ever.
Now, your current positions, what are you doing currently?
I'm currently at the counter-narcotics team.
Okay, what is the
It is a joint task force in Chatham. It's a collection of different law enforcement officers from different agencies in the area investigating narcotics.
And how long have you been with the counter-narcotics team?
About 10 months.
You guys call that CNT?
We do.
Is that why when I asked you at the outset, are you a detective with the Chatham County Police Department, you said no?
Yes.
Okay, so you're tapped out to CNT?
Yes.
But you still get paid
Yes.
by Chatham County Police?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a task force officer with any other task forces other than the counter-narcotics team?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that, please?
Yes. Beginning last year, I was a task force officer with the Federal Bureau of Investigations Child Crime Unit.
And are you still on that task force?
I am.
How did you get involved in that?
So I had expressed my interest in working those kind of crimes, and I had worked jointly with the local FBI office on several cases, and I was asked to come over.
Now, with that background, I want to ask you about first, when I ask you about the scene, did you respond to 535 Buckhalter Road on October 5th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. I think we heard one witness say that you may have been the first detective for CID present on scene. Is that accurate?
No.
Okay. Who was there from CID before you?
Detective